Week 4 was a great week of football. Sadly, my Seahawks lost, though, so it could have been better. But here we go. Let's recap Week 4. Bam. So when you look at our predictions that we made for this week, we actually went 11 for 5. We did much better than we did last week. Last week we were like 6 for something. It was rough, but obviously Seahawks lost, sadly. No one thought the Colts were... We didn't think the Colts were going to do good, you know? Some people might have, but not us. Jets-Broncos game was something. Cardinals got demolished, and the Bills... They lost too. Josh Allen couldn't play football. But yeah, we did good this week. Our picks went well. We had 68%. Like, can't complain there. You look at our performances for the week that were surprisingly good. The Commanders, Jay and Daniels showed yet again that he is somehow, some way, an elite quarterback. I'm not saying somehow, some way, because like he's a rookie, but I'm saying that because he's a rookie, you know. So like he's coming out here. I personally would take he's doing better than Mahomes is. He's doing better than I wouldn't say better than Josh Allen, but better than Mahomes this year. And Jay Daniels looks good. He's kind of what the Commanders needed, honestly. And then the Buccaneers, they came out and just killed the Eagles off rip. Baker Mayfield put up just an insane game, proving yet again that the Buccaneers are a good team, that they're still contenders, and that Baker Mayfield is an elite quarterback. Lots of disrespect on that man recently. You look at the bad performances, and notice that 4 of these are from 2 different matchups. We have the Titans and the Dolphins. That was a sad game. I personally had a couple legs on the over on Waddle and Tyreek Hill, and I did not realize that their quarterback just couldn't pass the ball. So, you know, that was awful. And then Will Levis looked great again. Yeah, the Dolphins and the Titans was a rough game. Neither team looked good. They both just looked bad. The Patriots showed yet again that they're the worst team in the league, officially. The first 2 games were just flukes. Then the Eagles, they just look bad. Like, I've been saying it, me and Mason, the other guy on this channel who's not here with us today, we've been saying it. Jalen Hurts is severely overrated. He's not good. I think the Eagles are overrated too. Call me crazy. I don't think the Eagles are that good of a team. I think they're enough to go positive, but they're maybe a playoff team. Maybe. But then you look at the Jets, who everyone thought was going to be a playoff team, and every week they just challenge that thought. Breece Hall did absolutely nothing this game. Aaron Rodgers did absolutely nothing this game, and they lost to a team that had negative passing yards in the first half and ended with 64 total. I don't know how you do that. But then, you know, they lost that game, right? So they're obviously going to be on the bad performances. But then the team that had negative passing yards in the first half and ended with 64 passing yards has to be on here too, and they won. It's insane. So, like, we had 2 just absolutely awful matchups from 2 of what were expected to be the best, like, most, like, high, you know, offenses this year with the Jets and the Dolphins. Obviously, Tua is hurt, so the Dolphins can't do anything. Speaking of hurt, we got some hurt feelings here because we had to move the Lions out a little bit. And the Chiefs. I moved the Chiefs way out, right? Now, the thought process here is that the Chiefs, yes, they're 4-0, but they don't look good. I'm saying this like I know they're 4-0, right? You look at their record, they're good, but they don't look good. Mahomes has a 6-5 pick or a touchdown interception ratio. He's like 15th in the league in yards. He's just not playing good. Pacheco's out. They're running back is an issue again. You know, Kareem Hunt and I think it's Kareem Hunt and Carson Steele. They both look. Hunt is going to be the guy because Carson Steele fumbled back-to-back games, so he's probably not playing anymore there. But then, you know, Rashee Rice, Mahomes just took him out, so who knows? They could trade for someone like Amari Cooper. That could be a pickup for them, but who knows? I don't think the Chiefs look good. Yeah, they're 4-0, but I don't know. The Lions, they're still on here. Bucks are still on here. We moved the Seahawks are on there now. I think I added them last week, but they did lose this week. I still think the Seahawks look great. Yeah, I'm a Seahawks fan, so there obviously is bias there. But they played good against the Lions, right? I know saying that they did let Goff go 18 for 18 on 300 yards, and 2-3 total touchdowns, but that doesn't matter, right? Because you got to look at their offense. Geno Smith put up 395 yards. Kenneth Walker, he had himself a game, 3 touchdowns. Their offense is insane, right? It's just their defense is good. It just needs a little bit of work. And also we need people to get healthy because a lot of people are injured. And obviously the Ravens are still on here. They look back to them old selves, and Derrick Henry looked back to being Derrick Henry. So they're probably, after this week 5, they're probably going to get moved into the bubble officially. Vikings are staying on top, showing themselves to be one of the most dominant teams in the league, just for no reason. Sam Darnold still on a masterclass, 11 total touchdowns this year. It's insane. But yeah, that's the contenders. This was my fantasy predictions from last week. I said start Stroud, he went off. I said start Saquon, could have done better. Brian Robinson Jr. was a pull that like Mason was questioning. 20.3 points. I know my game. Nico Collins 33. Then Lockett and JSN both put up an 11 and 13 respectively, which isn't, it could be better, but it's a flex, or it's wide receiver 2, so could have been better picked. Kyle Pitts put up 0 points. That was just a miss. That was an awful pick on my end. But what was I to expect? It's Kyle Pitts, you know. Maybe they pass him the ball. He's good. And then Khalil Shakir put up 10. I honestly expected Josh Allen to do a little more, but then Steelers only had 1 point because I did not think the Colts were going to kill them the way they did. But either way, I think this is a 50. That would have been a decent week, maybe like 100-ish points. You can win on that in PPR sometimes. But then our injuries for the week, Rashee Rice, ACL tear, more than likely. He's out for the season. And then Will Levis got a shoulder injury. He had to come out of the game in the first half, I think it was. And he is injured. But I did see something today saying that he probably is. He's coming back and is expected to be still their starter. Dude, he turns the ball over more than anyone else, really. But, you know, I trust the process. I kind of like Will Levis. So, yeah, I guess they're keeping him in. So, I put a question mark. So I'm not sure if he's going to be out for a while or if he's out for a week maybe, or if he'll be back after this week or what. But then, obviously, Rashee Rice is out for the season. And then these are our division leaders. Vikings and Chiefs are the only 2 undefeated teams that remain. Lots of 3-1 leaders. And then the little asterisk next to them is how many teams are at 2-2 for most of them, or 3-1 for the Vikings. And actually, there's no 3-1 teams in the AFC West with the Chiefs because they're all 2-2. So Chiefs are ahead, but every other team is equally as close, you know. Then obviously the Lions are close to the Vikings, so Lions could pull a masterclass. 49ers are close to the Seahawks. The NFC South is always going to be close with the Bucs, Saints, Falcons, and with the Bucs, Saints, and Falcons. It's going to be close between them 3. All 3 look really good this year, so who knows with that. The AFC North is obviously still a toss-up. They Bengals started off rough, but literally all 4 of those teams look good, except for the Browns. Browns, I have faith in them. They don't look good. Other than the Browns, all 3 of those teams are good. I think the Bills are going to win their division, honestly. The Dolphins are horrible without Tua. The Patriots are even worse. And, I mean, the Jets, they could. But Bills are just the best team there. And then Texans' real only competition is, I don't really know. It's the Colts. Like, Titans look okay. They look like a mess, but if they figure it out at QB, maybe. Jaguars suck. They're the only winless team in the league right now. Jaguars just look awful. Trevor Lawrence is continuing his streak. But yeah, anyways, I covered that enough. Which team are we following for the week? This is the big stuff. These are our big videos. So let's spin the wheel. All right, and for the team that we will be following for this week, we will be covering the Miami Dolphins. What a team. This team has had actually a great history, a very winning history. So we'll be covering the Miami Dolphins in the year of, I don't know, this takes forever. But Dolphins are going to be a fun team to cover if we don't get a year forever ago. The 2007 Miami Dolphins. This was 1 year after I was born, so I have some insider info into this we'll go with. This will be exciting. So yeah, look out for a video on the 2007 Miami Dolphins next week. Or this Saturday, my bad, not. And as if it were to match the color scheme perfectly, which this is actually the Dolphins orange for the text color, we're doing the Miami Dolphins. So this will be a fun one to look at. Honestly, this is more recent. This is our first one we've gotten in the 2000s. So who knows? This one could be really good. Will be fun. But look out for that video Saturday. And then we don't have a player of the week this week because there was too many good players, right? Derrick Henry. We have him as a fantasy player of the week because he's most points scored. So obviously he gets the fantasy player of the week. But then player of the week, I had to leave blank, right? Because Kenneth Walker could easily get it. Jared Goff could easily get it. Derrick Henry could easily get it. Baker Mayfield could get it. Nico Collins could easily get it because he's 100 yards ahead of second place in receiving yards right now. He has 480, I believe. It's insane. But that's why I had to leave it blank, right? Because there's too many people this week to choose. Too many standout players. Then you look at the worst teams of the week. I already went over why these. All 4 of them. They just looked awful. I couldn't pick one. So I wanted to pick the Dolphins. Then I wanted to pick the Broncos. So they're all there. All 4 of those teams are horrible. The best team has to go to the Commanders. Jane Daniels put up another just insane game. 40s, it was a 42-14, I think was the final score. So their defense was playing good against the Cardinals, who have been rolling people recently. So, I mean, yeah, this is our awards for the week. And then the final, your takes. You guys thought the Giants were going to win. 6 people voted, but it looks like 4 of you, maybe 5 of you voted for the Giants to win. I don't know what kind of pick that was. Obviously, the 2 people picked the Lions. And then I hate to say this one too, but I asked who the biggest 3-0 fraud was. We got 8 votes. 0 for the Bills, which I think is fair. 1 for the Vikings, which, you know, I guess. I think they look great, though. 2 for the Steelers. And then, of course, we got 5 for the Seahawks, which, I hate to see that personally because I'm a Seahawks fan, but it's all right. And then I asked if Jaden Daniels should win Rookie of the Year, and the 1 person who voted said yes. So thank you very much to that 1 person. But yeah, if you like what you watch, I believe that's the end of the video. Yep. If you like what you watch, comment, like, subscribe, any of it. We'll love you till the day you die if you do. Look out Thursday for our predictions for weeks 5, and then look out Saturday for our video on the 2007 Miami Dolphins. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Go check out our other videos. Great high quality content. Put a lot of work into this. I'm a college student editing these and recording these with Mason. I put the work in for y'all. But yeah, if you like what you watch, see you in the next one. Deuces.